I do fencing, specifically sabre. And sabre, it's more of a slash, so you're attacking people with like the edge of the weapon. And so you're basically like holding like a cavalry sabre, and you're just whipping it at people, and it's a lot of fun. I love the adrenaline rush. It's a huge sort of like wave of energy that you get, especially if you're on piste, especially if you're doing sabre, because you're just sort of running at people with swords and you're really going at it, and it's sort of like there is a competitive aspect to it, but I like doing it casually. I'm not amazing, I'm not terrible, I know like basic techniques and things, but I wouldn't say I'm going to be pushing the boundaries of fencing or sort of like challenging people who've been doing it for much longer than I have. The training sessions start at 1, so generally it'll be like a pretty normal morning, normally a lie-in because it's a Saturday. I don't get changed until I'm in the dance hall because it's kind of weird to be walking around in fencing kit. And then I'll just walk down with my massive fencing bag, it's about as tall as I am, drag that down, help set up because I'm on committee, and then we'll welcome people in, I'll start changing into kit, we'll do a warm-up, just get people so they're not going to like pull their muscles or anything, and then get kitted up, get your sword, get your mask, all your wires sorted. Then it's either doing training for blade work, training for footwork, or you're actually fencing on piste. As novice representative, my job is basically to make sure that all the people, all the freshers mainly, who have just joined the university or just joined the club are okay and they have someone to talk to. If there's any issues or questions they might have, I'm that person they can come to ask about. And also I'm kind of like the conduit between the committee and the new people. And as wellbeing officer, I take up the mantle of ensuring that people are okay. I take up responsibility for making sure if someone's had a medical emergency, I can deal with them because I'm also first aid trained for this role. And also, if anyone's got any issues internally or externally with the club, I've got a form that they can fill in, send over to me, and I can organise a meeting or discussion with them at any point. So that's kind of like I'm basically like house therapist, pretty much. That's kind of like how I approach it. But I'm sort of like there to make sure everyone's okay and safe. The social aspect is quite strong because you're most of the time you won't actually be actively fencing. You'll be doing either some training or just chatting with people, or you'll be reffing a game. But so most of the time you'll sort of like stand around and talk to people, and you will find out quite quickly that you do get to know people pretty quickly. Like it'll take 2 or 3 weeks of awkwardness, and after that you're like best of friends. You've got people of all kinds of gender identities and sexualities. Really inclusive, honestly, and always happy to help people who are sort of stuck. And that's generally the way I've experienced the club. You don't realise how much you're going to enjoy something if you've never really tried it before. And fencing was one of those things where I sort of like jumped into it and it really sort of clung to me, and I really like enjoy that kind of atmosphere and just fencing as a whole, to be honest.